DC Maudlin. I'm the Public Works Director here in Leesburg, and normally Mr. Al Minner, our City Manager, would be welcoming you all, but he's not able to be here this morning. He has some family business that he's attending to in Arizona. So I know he'd like to be here, but instead you get me. So we appreciate again all of you being here, and I'll turn it over to Mayor Hurley.
I don't know if we're new or DC's new, but I'm Mayor Jay Hurley, and I would just like to take this time to welcome each and every one of you here. They say that you can tell how important something is by how many names it has, so I'd like to welcome you to Kids Corner in Rogers Park in Venetian Gardens in Leesburg, Florida. This truly is, to us, it is a very important place. And it's something that means a lot to us because our children mean so very much to us. For me, it's very exciting when I look around and see the normal people who are at functions. Every time we have a ribbon cutting, I see all of us who are there for a variety of reasons, but some mostly because of obligation. But when you get to go to an event where children are present, man, that changes the whole dynamics of everything. And as I look over here, see all the kids from the Boys and Girls Club and from the neighborhood around our Leesburg community, it's exciting to see them. Like right now, all they can think is, "Oh, dude, shut up and let's play." But they can't say that. We'll wait for the fire truck to go by. Kids always say the funniest things, though. I heard about a little boy who was sitting at the dinner table, and he looked over at his dad, and he said, "Dad, are bugs good to eat?" And the dad said, "Son, that's disgusting. We don't talk about that at the dinner table." So the little boy said, "Yes, sir," and they went about eating. After dinner was over, the dad looked back at his son. He said, "Now, what was it that you were wanting to ask me?" He said, "Well, never mind." He goes, "No, what was it?" He goes, "Well, I was going to ask you if bugs are going to eat, but there was one in your soup, but it's gone now, so never mind." It is exciting for me today for two reasons. Number one, today's a great reason, an excuse, if you will, for all of us adults to get to go play on the playground because we're testing it out. And we're not have to be embarrassed as we see if the engineering is right and the weight load capacity is correct and if it really swings the way it's supposed to. So I'm looking forward to being one of the first adults on there. I'm glad our emergency personnel are showing up and participating. City likes to get involved. And the other reason is because when I was campaigning 4 years ago, one of the points that I had put a lot of emphasis on in my campaign was quality of life. And part of that was restoring Venetian Gardens, what we in Leesburg refer to as the jewel of Leesburg. And that conversation sparked some intense conversations from residents who came on really quick and said, "Hey, you opened up the can, so now we're going to have a conversation." And one of the hardest ones was Carolyn Van Dyke, and she is somewhere right here. Her and her dad, who passed away last year, I'm telling you, they were bulldogs. And Carolyn said, "We are going to have a playground. Our playground is in horrible condition, and I appreciate what we're doing. We're cleaning up Venetian Gardens and new fencing and trees and parks and the dredging and all the things that we're doing. But we've got to have something for our kids." And then David Olmstead got involved in that and started saying, "Jay, we need to have some conversations." And then Ms. Parker started saying, "Jay, we need to do some stuff here." And so the next thing you know, it really started taking some momentum. And in Leesburg, when we started having these conversations, one of the things that really stood out was if we're going to have quality of life and we're going to restore that quality of life, we're going to have to put the emphasis back on our children and making sure that our children are enjoying living in this community. And so we have really focused on that. I'm very happy today because this is the first thing that we've completed in Venetian Gardens. It's in part of Phase 1. We have a splash pad. We'll be gathering here hopefully in about 6 months. We'll be having the splash pad and a new pavilion. And so as Phase 1 has had the first event completed, we're just going to continue rocking on. For those of you that don't remember, there used to be a big apartment complex here that was old and kind of dilapidated and an eyesore. We bought that and bulldozed it down, and then we turned it into the parking lot, and then it just started growing, more green space. And DC and his department started doing things to lift up the trees and to get the view back to the lakes, and we started spending money. And I want to say to my commissioners who are here with me today, we had a time that the commission was not really apt to spending money and doing a lot of things, and we have a great team right now. All 5 of our commissioners are focused. We have a lot of unity on the board, and we're getting a lot of things done, and this is just a prime example of those things. I was talking to the company that we got it from, and they said one of the statistics are that children who are exposed to playing a lot, 80% of them, 80% of children who are not exposed to playing a lot end up in the criminal justice system. And so, you know, playing is something that we all like to do, and it's something that we all enjoy doing, is having fun. And we had this completed a little bit quicker than we thought we would, a couple of days. And so children were already coming out here and playing. And for the first time, we had a little girl that came out here. Miss Carolyn was here last Monday just looking at the equipment, and she came down on a wheelchair, and she was able to get out of the wheelchair and get onto our equipment, because we have equipment now for handicapped children that we've never had. And she sat on one swing almost for an hour just making all kinds of noise. And that's what it's about. It's about bringing our community together and providing something for every single person that is out here. And so I want to say thank you so very much to our team that did put this together, that came up with this concept and really worked hard. For free, volunteers, the committee that really put this together, and for our commissioners who made it happen, thank you very much. I wonder if you give them one more big hand, please. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. And that is true here in Leesburg. We have a good soul. We treat our kids right.
Okay. Countdown from 3 to 1. Wait for the air horn. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Kids Corner, City of Leesburg, your lakefront city. Thank you for being here. This concludes our ribbon cutting ceremony. Hit the playground and have fun. More than the playground, it's the destination. Kids Corner, Leesburg.